When I first started running, I sucked. I totally sucked. I couldn't even make it half a mile without having to stop for breath. I kept going on runs, like pretty much every day, but I didn't really feel like I was making any progress. It was this sort of frustrating stage where I was putting in a bunch of effort, but I really didn't feel like I was getting anything from it. But despite all this repeated disappointment that I faced pretty much every single day, there was something that kept me going every single day. Or should I say, there was someone who kept me going. Because at my school, I was lucky enough to be friends with runners. Real runners. Like good runners. Runners who had years of experience under their belts. I saw these runners every single day, and we were to always talk about running and races and like new world record times. And I would see these runners and I'd think, wow, these guys are so far ahead of me. There was this feeling of like, oh, I gotta go catch up to these guys. But it wasn't like a stressful feeling where it was like, oh, I'm falling behind. It was more like rising to a challenge, where it's like, these guys are way up here and I'm still down here, but I wanna make my way up to where they are. So it was more of like a challenge being around them every day. So even when it was raining or when it was sweltering hot or even when it was snowing, I would go out on my run every single day. Why? Because that's what my running friends did. And of course, with all this hard work, it's only natural that I saw incredible progress. Now, let's fast forward to the present. I'm still running, of course. Right now I'm training to do a marathon. And let me tell you, it's definitely not easy. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. But here's the funny part. Even though I have so much more experience under my belt, I feel like I'm not as determined as I used to be. And why is that? Well, I'm not talking with my running friends anymore. I talked with them every day during the school year. We would hang out during lunch, after class. We'd hang out all the time. But now that it's summer, I don't really see them anymore. And so what's happened? My determination to keep running has kind of dwindled a little bit. I still want to run, but it's not always in the forefront of my mind. You could say that it's not one of the most important parts of my life anymore. The thing I'm trying to get at here is that the people you hang out with matter a lot. Like a lot, more than you could think. Take my experience, for example. I hung out with these running friends every single day, and I went from basically a zero, a nobody, to someone who was actually making decent progress. And once the school year ended and I didn't see these people anymore, I kinda stopped making as much progress as I used to. It's almost as if I'm in a cross-country race. Now, you might not be in a cross-country race, but the thing is that the coaches always say to you when they're on the sidelines cheering you on, they always say, go chase that kid. They're always pointing to some kid ahead of you and they're like, go chase that kid, chase him down. But now there's nobody for me to chase. When I don't hang out with my running friends, I don't really have anyone running in front of me. I'm kind of just on my own path. Not that that's a bad thing, it just means I won't make as much progress as I could have. Now, let's apply this to your real life. First, ask yourself a question. Ask yourself this. Who do I want to be? It doesn't have to be a super deep question. It can be kind of surface level, actually. Just think about it like, do I want to be a straight A student? Do I want to be a caring friend? Do I want to be a runner? Do I want to be the type of person who follows their dreams? Now, after you answer that question, maybe you write it down or something so you can have it in mind. Look at the people you're around every day. Look at your friends and your coworkers and people you chat with online and social media and all that stuff. Do they want to be what you want to be? If not, it doesn't mean you have to drop them or anything. I mean, all my best friends don't really have the same vision as me. But if they don't have any similar aspects at all to what you want to be, then maybe it's a sign that you should try to find another community or some more people that can help you achieve your goals. And let me just clear this up real quick too. You should have friends. Just because I was hanging out with runners at school doesn't mean that I didn't also have other good friends that I hung out with just to have fun. Trust me, I know from experience that if you're too serious about just revolving your life around getting better at one thing, you'll just be miserable. You'll get burnt out, you'll stop having fun with it, it'll just be like a chore. There's so many negatives. So yeah, make new running friends, but remember to have fun friends too. And the trick here is to hang out with people who are more advanced than you, because it's basically like having a teacher as your friend. Because whenever you do something, you get some knowledge about it. And now that I've been running for a while, I could probably teach other people about running. So I'm more experienced, I can teach other people about it. So other people who are more experienced, if you become friends with them, then they can teach you. And I'm sure they'd love to. I mean, if you're good friends, I'm sure they'd love to teach you about something. And you can probably teach them something in return. And I remember my example. If I just hung out with, okay runners, like hobby joggers who were just doing it because it's like, nice and easy exercise, then I probably would have become a hobby jogger. I wouldn't have really raced, I wouldn't have really pushed myself, I wouldn't have run in the rain or the snow or the heat. I would just want to run when it was comfortable. And that's fine, but that means I wouldn't have gotten these amazingly fast times or these new medals or my varsity letter and all that stuff. Being around amazing runners every day is what really pushed me to give it my all. They inspired me every day and I would learn from them. I guarantee if you find people who are pursuing the same thing as you, especially if they're more advanced than you are, then you'll make so much more progress than you would have normally on your own. Remember my running, remember that one more time. I improved so quickly during the school year, I made so much progress, but now that the school year's ended and I'm not with my running friends, I'm making a bit less progress. The people I spend my time with now aren't real runners, They're not like my friends at school where they're out doing it every single day. They might be hobby joggers or just not run at all. The only way for them to really cheer me on and root for me is, from the sidelines or way far behind me. But remember those cross-country coaches one more time. What do they say? What do the cross-country coaches say every single race? They never said things like, oh, he's catching up to you, or oh, he's right behind you. No, they don't say stuff like that. What they do say every single race is go chase that kid. So if you want to make significant progress in whatever it is you want to do, then you have to find your group of people and go chase them. That's all I've got for now. Keep making progress. Bye.